What do you got? You gonna play me some music? I'm listening. Where's the music? Come on. I'm listening. Oh, really? All right, it's Thursday, and we're hanging out here. Sue's here, and Alicia, Casey just left, Dominic just left on the bus, and we're just waiting for the wheelchair company to get here because Hudson is getting her new wheelchair today. Are you excited? Are you excited? You're getting a new wheelchair. Yeah. I know, me too. Me too. She's been doing really good. Her temp, she's finally been regulating it really well. So she was still sitting pretty subgrade for most of this week, but we are now 2 full days, 2.5 full days of her really regulating and keeping it up. So we are happy. Hopefully, we probably could send her to school tomorrow, but we're going to go ahead and wait through the weekend just to make sure that we're still good to go. Friday actually is 7 days of her being on her antibiotic, which means she still has another 7 days to go of it. So so we're not out of the woods completely yet. I know, she's talking. So hopefully on Monday she'll go to school. But let's get that new wheelchair, Shuggy Bear. All right, Hudson Ann, get ready. Get ready. Are you ready to see it? Here it comes. All right, are you ready? Looky here. Look what you got. You got a new wheelchair. What do you think? Right there, babe. You see it? Yeah, check it out. It's purple, just for you. Isn't that great? Yeah. You love it? What do you think?
I don't know about that guy behind me.
Still getting the adjustments on it.
I love it, Hudson. I think it's very pretty.
Trying to think of who you reminded me of. Have you seen that new sitcom that's out called Genius?
No.
It's got a guy that is very, very smart, and he's hired a bunch of doctors.
Right.
It's a really good show to help cure the incurable, and it's pretty cool show. But you look like the doctor, the main doctor that's on that show that works with him.
Okay.
Yeah, you do.
Now I'm gonna have to go look it up.
The guy that plays in that show, he's played in a lot of movies. I think it's called Genius.
But not the smart guy, the doctor that works with.
Yeah, but he's pretty smart too. He's pretty smart too.
There's a really good-looking guy on the show, and then he's got this friend. You look like his friend.
He's genius too. Excuse me?
How's that feel?
I got it. I can't. I'm looking.
You look great.
Put some things on my
Does she wear earphones?
Yes.
Does she wear shoes with the earphones?
Oh.
Okay.
No, he's enough.
That gives me an idea of what we need to see here.
Do you want me to put one on her?
There you go.
All right.
She's set.
I know. I didn't realize this was all built up out here.
I want to say Denny's going to be, yeah, she's 63. Denny's going to be 71 this year. They're same distance apart as Casey and I, like 7.5 years.
Take care.
Oh, Garrett, thank you very
No
much,
problem.
sir.
You guys take care, and like I said, if anything comes up, definitely give us a holler. If I need to get back out here, I'll get back out here. I'll take care of it.
Have a good day.
You too. You guys have a good one.
Thanks,
Bye.
sir.
No problem.
chair.
Nails are good. She was wide awake when I got here this morning and then fell asleep, so I didn't put her water down.
You like
in her
that,
bed.
didn't you? Daddy's hugging kisses? Huh?
Wee,
You missed that, didn't you?
All right, cool. She's got a new chair, and she's happy about it. And I don't know what to do with the old chair. I mean, I'm sure donate it or something. I'll look into that. But I think it's pretty cute. Really nice. I like that it's a like a wipeable material, because her old chair, if I can turn it here. Oops. Is the brake set? No? Okay. Here we go. Okay. So her old chair is like a neoprene, like a wetsuit type material, and so it didn't clean as easily as I liked, because occasionally she would soil the seat, and so I had to get the like green machine out, fabric vacuum, and clean it. Anyway, yeah, she's got a new big chair now. Okay, so apparently yesterday I spoke too soon. Currently on our way to the hospital. She's a little more maybe awake now, but she's been fine all morning. She had a few seizures this morning, and then not long after getting the wheelchair and Alicia, her nurse, left, Hudson had gone to sleep around then, but I've been checking her temperature about every 30 minutes all week long, and she's been ranging around 97 degrees, 97 and a half in there. 97.4 has been her average for the week. Yesterday, like I said, she was at a 98, I think 98.1, 98.2, somewhere in there, and we were pretty happy about that. But she was so asleep, and I checked her diaper, and usually she stirs a little bit. She didn't stir, so anytime she's really been asleep for more than a couple of hours, I have been, just making sure I can wake her up this week. Well, she wouldn't really wake up, so I am on my way to take her back to Children's Mercy emergency room. Her temperature, by the way, has dropped down to 95.4, so we're headed in. I've already talked to them and let them know what's going on. Of course, I get to the highway, which should not be crazy busy at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but apparently there was an accident. Fortunately, I use Waze app, W-A-Z-E, and it informed me about the accident up ahead, so I am on an alternate route, circumnavigating the traffic to get us there quicker. And so updates as I have them. Okay, it was a little scary there for a bit. Hudson's doing pretty good right now. She has another IV. That wasn't fun to put in, was it, Shugs? No. And anyway, we're staying the night here tonight. The docs in the ER were, I think they felt like we were trying to go home, and so they were talking to us as, there may be a chance that we could, send you home tonight. Let's look at some things, and kind of almost as though they were willing to let us go, but we immediately said no, we'd rather stay and keep just stay here to be monitored for for at least tonight. Just for our comfort and of course for Hudson's safety. And I don't know if it's comfort when you're talking about a hotel bed, or I'm sorry, when you're talking about a hospital bed. Basically, she had her UTI last week, and we have been keeping her pretty regulated, temperature-wise, at home with a heating pad and her warming owl. It's a plushie and it stays warm. I need to find that. I don't think that made it up here with us, Hudson. Maybe it's in your wheelchair. And dysautonomia, for example, is this hypothalamus kind of reacting incorrectly to basically, if you have an infection, your hypothalamus is going to turn your body temperature up to help burn off viruses and stuff. Now remember, I'm generalizing all of these things. I was trying to put it in an easier term, and this isn't we've not been diagnosed per se with that, but I'm just trying to explain where my head's at, where Casey and I are, as far as how we're understanding this. And a lot of the doctors I've talked to kind of agree with my theory, which is, like I said, the hypothalamus turns that temperature up, and a lot of viruses can't live at a certain temperature, but your body you can kind of handle it, so it burns off a lot of that. And that's a common response to an infection, is a fever. But with Hudson, she ended up having a subgrade and going low and cold, and so her hypothalamus was kind of doing the opposite almost what it's supposed to do. But we had her home, and we were regulating, and her temperature was coming up really well, and she was doing good. Her stats were good all week. In fact, yesterday we were bragging about her temp being way up and how great of a mood she's in, and then this morning all of this goes down. Well, she had some seizures this morning before this happened, and seizures are not uncommon with Hudson, but then she went to sleep, which is not uncommon, but I couldn't really get her to rouse, and her temperature was just in decline. So packed her up and headed into the hospital, of course, and we got here, and after they've run all these tests and they can't find anything wrong, which you think is good news, at the same time it's kind of worrisome, because you say, well, if there's nothing wrong, then what's causing this temperature to be low, and how would we fix that low temperature? Usually we would fight something. Last week it was a UTI that they figured was causing that, so we fight the UTI, and therefore, as we saw, her temperature would be coming up for the week. But this is the way I'm putting it, and the doctor earlier was, as I explained my thoughts on this, the doctor actually, her eyes lit up like, that's a really good way of putting that, and that was basically what the neurologists had told her, which is basically think of her hypothalamus like this little guy in there that's been just working really hard all week, and working hard to get that temperature up, and just fighting that subgrade, and working hard, getting her temperature up, and then these seizures happen all around that spot, and just shocked that hypothalamus, because the seizure is this electrical activity that's kind of going, it's like a lightning storm in your brain. And so she had this happen today, over this period of time, and I think that basically these seizures just beat that hypothalamus up, and that little guy just said, oh man, I give up. I've worked so hard all week, and then I just got my butt kicked today, and so I give up. Basically, Hudson, you got to let your dad know to take us to the hospital and let the emergency room and the warming stuff that they have do my job for me. And so that's what happened here. They got her under what they call a bear hugger, which looks a lot like a pool raft, like a lounging raft you'd use in the pool. It's got the tubes of air. It just looks like a raft that went on top of her, but it has kind of vented holes in it, and they have a hot air constantly blowing into that, and then they had warmed blankets all around her, and then they gave her an IV with fluids that were also warmed, and so she got warming stuff into her body, and so it's helped to bring her temperature up, and she's been regulating that now. When we got here, her temperature was 93.6, which is not good, and it's like she's going into hypothermia almost at that point in time, and so they brought her temperature up, and she's been maintaining. So I think that her little hypothalamus was able to get a break, and take a rest, and now he's back to work again. So Hudson Ann, you tell that little hypothalamus that we appreciate him doing his job in there and working hard, and we would like him to keep it up. Okay? Yeah? What do you think? You want to let everybody know that you have a big pretty smile and that you're doing okay? Where's that pretty smile? Can I see it? There is it. That was a hint of one. I know I saw a hint of one in there. So, really downside with dysautonomia though is that we'll probably see more of this in the future. That's tends to be the case with it. So as long as she has something that a sickness, an illness of some sort that needs to be fought, her body might not fight it in the correct way. And so we're crossing our fingers that we're not looking at a permanent situation of that. But from what we're reading, it's a slim chance. But such is our life, though. Such is this life. But we're still happy, and we make the best of it. So I'm going to cut that off here. We're going to get some rest after a crazy day. Hudson and Ann and I are going to get some sleep. You ready to get some sleep, Shuggy Bear, even though you slept a lot today? I don't think that sleep counts. But thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for a lot of you that have also liked Hudson's page at Hope for Hudson on Facebook. And we really appreciate all of your support, everyone's support. Everyone's so great, and leave me more comments. I love reading those comments. You guys are awesome. So we love you all. Thank you. Good night.